with the election being the first week of January. So you could have heard a community just groan. Yes, it would be very small, but again, you get to the point where can the elections just stop for a little bit? They just a little bit. And I know you all looked at the numbers. It was a good election. It was a good election. It did not match 2018. We've been saying that all along. It came in a little under 2018, but the percentages made a difference. And again, we talked about that, how so many people registered to vote, and I don't think they showed up. So that percentage dropped the turnout percentage because our rolls grew so much with the fantastic growth here in Bexar County. So it was it really was a good election. I know there's going to be aftermath, lots of questions, and to be truthful, we have no idea what happens statewide. We just focused on our results here, and again, today we have to get all the certified copies out for them so that they can start, and then this election will not be over until next Tuesday. So bear with us. There are not close elections, close results, but the law allows us to count any ballots that are delivered today. So we're still waiting for the post office, and our postal system we're right across the street from them. They're terrific. They bring mail to us 2 and 3 times a day. So when you hear that the post office is getting a bad rap, not here in Bexar County. We work real well with them. So we will be able to count any ballot that's delivered to us by 5 o'clock if it has a postmark by yesterday at 5 o'clock. So we look for that. And again, the military mail, Military City USA, the FPCAs can arrive to us through next week. We have 6 days to accept anything from overseas. So the numbers will fluctuate a little bit. So I don't want everybody to go, oh, they're counting ballots late, because we do have those 2 separate categories. And the staff is already working on any provisional ballots that were cast yesterday. So there's just, a few numbers that are going to go here and there, but the numbers will fluctuate. And Commissioner's Court will have to canvass. We will have a complete canvass with Commissioner's Court, so stay tuned for that date. They haven't picked that date yet. The election code says the first day for the canvass is the 14th. The last day is the 22nd. So that means we're going to miss the scheduled Commissioner's Court, but we'll schedule a special meeting for that. So stay tuned for that, okay? Super, don't want to keep you.
Jackie, can you trace the problems that occurred at UTSA's voting site last night, and then what can be done to alleviate that situation?
I don't think it was problems. We're going to talk to that judge, because we wondered, yes, they had a lot of people show up at the very end, but the equipment, the qualifying laptop, everything was identical across the county. Every site had the same. And we had some sites that did much higher numbers than UTSA and finished, like for instance, Brookalla. They're usually one of our #1 sites, Brookalla Library. And her line was gone by 7:30. And so, again, we're going to look into a lot of that stuff. It'll take us a while.
Do you have figures on exactly like how much more Brookalla had than UTSA, for example?
I'm sorry, ask me that again?
Yeah, my apologies. Do you happen to have numbers? I know that you were just saying that like Brookalla had more voters than UTSA's location did, by about how much?
We'll be able to get that for you. I mean, that's our #1 thing to do. But we're sort of moving a little slow this morning, so I promise we'll get that number to you, okay? Because it is public.
And as far as this year, so like you said, y'all wrapped up at about 12:41 this morning. I guess how does that compare to the previous years? Is this a whole lot later than usual, or is this pretty typical? Or
It's actually earlier. It was actually earlier. Again, the officials brought their information, all their results, the ballots they came in much earlier than we expected with the difference of Converse and UTSA. They were our last two.
And when you say earlier than, I guess, do you mean like earlier than past years or earlier than just y'all anticipated for this year?
No, earlier than past years. I mean, we talked about it earlier. We were concerned because of the length of this ballot. And it took the election officials quite a long time. Those tapes were about 40 minutes to print out. And that slowed things down. Again, in other elections, like if we do a city election or something, that tape's going to come out in like 10 minutes. There's a different based on the volume of the candidates that are on that ballot. And as we talked about between Windcrest and Leon Valley, it made it a much longer tape.
And so I guess, is that the main reason for like the length of
Excuse
time,
me.
or are there other reasons as well for what caused like the length of time for this?
No, again, I think it was that. And I will also, I haven't talked to the election officials. They did a fantastic job. But when they've been there all day, and a lot of the sites had voted numbers well over 1,000, I think they just needed to sit for a minute, catch a breath, and that's fine. They deserve that.
And what was the exact, sorry if I missed it, the exact voter turnout ended up being versus like 2018? I know like last night you were talking about that you were thinking it would be right around 43%.
It stayed at 43%, 43 plus. If my memory serves me well, we finished yesterday with about 540,000 total. And in 2018, we finished with 551,000. So again, based on what we've all been talking about, we had a lower turnout, but we had a much higher voter registration number. That had gone up by about 200,000 people. So that makes a difference. So where we had a 49% turnout in 2018, this one's coming in right at 43.9. So I think maybe we'll be able to cross the 44% threshold, depending on how many late ballots we have. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything. Thanks for being great partners. And, I want to say, I hope I don't see you for a while. I really do. Thank you.
Well, thanks, guys. Tell us when any